What's happening, people? Dan Lawless here, back with another transfer video. It's been very quiet for the most part, particularly with players coming in lately. So, you know, we haven't had too many of these out this month, really. Probably not as much as we should. But, yeah, it's been quite worryingly quiet on the incoming front. But I'll get more to that later. But there's been a lot of movement. The biggest story, probably concerning West Ham in terms of transfers right now, is Andy Carroll to Chelsea. Now, when this first came out, a lot of us, you know, we simply dismissed it as just rubbish paper talk, whatever. Like how he gets linked to Newcastle seemingly every January. But this story has continued to go out. It seems to be picking up some steam, and there's no smoke without fire. So, I mean, I, for one, am really hoping it's true. I think that would be fantastic business for West Ham. They're talking about 20 million. I've seen some reports of 27 million, which is mental. 20 million plus Batyshuayi on loan. You know, all sorts of possibilities. I mean, all these figures are way over, you know, what he's worth, to be honest with you, in my estimation. You know, there's even talks about the board basically being very firm that it's 20 million or nothing, basically, and won't take any less, which is mad. You know, 15 million is good business. I think we paid either 18 million, I think it was 18 million or 15 million plus add-ons. One of them things. It was a long time ago now. It was around that region. It was less than 20 million. And we want to make a profit on Andy Carroll. I never, ever expected to make a profit on Andy Carroll. And it's a lot to expect it. And I don't think that, I mean, maybe they know that Chelsea, how much Chelsea want him, and they know they'll pay it. They'd be mad to pay it. I mean, I think Chelsea would be absolutely mental if this story is true. You know, the money they've got, when they could go for, you know, a lot of top players out there. You know, why aren't they going for Aubameyang and the likes of Alexis Sanchez? Although I'm not going to go too much into them, but you know what I'm saying. The point is, there's a lot of quality players out there that they could be signing, and they're looking at Andy Carroll, who is another option off the bench. Really great impact sub. You know, he's another option, and on his day, he's unplayable, all those old cliches. But again, his day don't come often enough. He's got those injury problems every single season. He's just injured. I don't know if he's played more than 50% of Premier League games for us in a season. I want to have a look at that, but he is injured more than he plays, I believe. So it's a very surprising move, and it's surprising there's even rumours of this. Apparently Andy Carroll really wants to go there. You know, why not? I suppose if he goes, he's got a chance at getting a Premier League medal or something like that, or winning something. But I don't know. Like, but to me, I would take a straight swap for Andy Carroll for Batyshuayi. To me, you know, you people may say Andy Carroll is a different option of striker, but again, he's just not fit often enough. Batyshuayi, I think he's basically averaged a goal every 3 games for Chelsea. So I think it was 9 goals in 28 games in his first season for them, and 7 goals in 21 games this season so far. So that's pretty decent, considering a lot of his appearances have come off the bench, so not many minutes, not many starts. So, you know, it's an improvement on Carroll as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's 24 years old. He's still, you know, hasn't quite hit his peak. Still has a lot to learn in the Premier League. Definitely all day long. And if they want to offer cash plus Batyshuayi, like even 10 million plus Batyshuayi, still a fantastic deal. So, I mean, they're talking about Batyshuayi, they're 20 million plus Batyshuayi on loan. To me, would have to be a deal in there that guarantees us first option to buy, because otherwise, at the end of it, you know, we've sold Carroll, and then we don't end up with a striker. Although, then you've got the summer then for us to sit there and look for a Carroll replacement and a Batyshuayi replacement if we don't keep him. But they love a loan, didn't they, the board? So let me know what you guys think about that. For one, if it's true, we should don't jump all over it and just snatch the money out of their hand before they actually come to their senses. And apparently, Moyes don't want to sell him, and the board do. So I don't blame Moyes, because Moyes obviously wants to be looking at bringing players in, not letting players go. And most of the stories I'm talking about, they're all pretty much players that are going. Not much concrete really about players coming in. And this is the thing, like, I don't know why West Ham always have to have this situation of we have to be selling players before we can buy players, where a lot of clubs will identify the replacements, get that replacement lined up before they go and sell their players, where we just sell a load of players and then try and sign, and then we're left with gaps in the squad. We're thin as it is, to be honest with you, because we're talking about Carroll, Sakho going, Hernandez going, there's even talk about Ayew going. So, you know, Sakho, a lot of clubs are apparently interested in him. A lot of clubs. Bordeaux apparently has just come up as a big favourite. I think that's the best option for us to sell him abroad, because if he does, you know, go to another club and he sorts his head out and he starts playing regularly, especially if you send him to the likes of Palace or West Brom, who are our sort of relegation battle rivals, you're strengthening a potential rival. He will score goals for them, and he will pick up points if he plays. So that is a gamble. Whereas I'd feel much more comfortable if we can get like a little 10 million for him or something like that from a foreign club. I'd be happy with that. Andre Ayew is another one apparently. To Swansea are interested, but apparently the estimation or the offering that they're looking for it to give for it, pay for him. Sorry, my words are all jumbled. The amount of money they're looking to pay for him is below our estimation. So for me, if we sold him to Swansea, I would want what we paid for him. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother selling him to the bloke. Otherwise, they've just had you there. Do you know what I mean? He's been here a season and a half. We paid, what, 20 million, and we sell him for 10 or 15. Like, they'll be laughing. I mean, I can't remember. There was a club that did that. I can't remember. It was Liverpool, I think it was, or someone with another player. I can't remember. But it's just, yeah, I wouldn't do that. But to me, I think he's a good option. I mean, he does score goals. He's effective in that role as a poacher, but he's a bit inconsistent in terms of everything else he does in the game, I suppose. Anyway, moving on. And another striker, Chicharito, is a player reportedly that could be on his way out, with Besiktas very interested in signing the striker. To me, we'd be absolutely mental if we sold Hernandez. You know, we've only just got the bloke. He's been here 6 months. We haven't really given him a chance. You know, he was scoring goals under Bilic. And now it just seems since then. But even then, under Bilic, he was all on the wing. And, you know, we haven't got to see him playing his most effective role as a poacher and playing off someone else. And, you know, we need to be getting balls into the box for him. You know, we've played him, you know, all over the place, everywhere. We've played him as a target man, for crying out loud. You know, we're not giving him his most effective opportunity to bang in goals, and I can't blame him for being pissed off. You know, he's come here. Let's be honest, like, he could have gone to a lot of clubs, and I think if we was to sell him now and not really give him a chance, and to me, we should be built. This is the sort of player that you want to be building your team around. He's scored goals wherever he's gone. Funnily enough, he gets to West Ham and it don't work out, and then it must be the player. You know, I think if we sell him, you know, wherever he goes to, he'll score goals. You know, you sell him to Everton, he'll bang in goals. You know, Bournemouth even, I bet. You know, any club. But for some reason, West Ham, we can't seem to make it work with these sort of players. I don't know. I would just be very disappointed. We don't seem to give players time at this club. If they don't work out instantly, you know, we give up on them. Yeah, and then lastly, James Collins is the latest one that's come up as a player that we could be looking to move on. And we're not, apparently the rumour is we're not offering him another contract, which I think is outrageous. He's been a great servant at the club. He really does offer something to West Ham. You know, he comes on when he's fit, and when we need him, he comes in and does a job. And I would love to see him get a testimonial at this club. I know There's the whole thing of 10 years, it has to be 10 years. But, you know, I'm sure you could make a set exceptions. I mean, he's been here a long time. There was a break where he went to Villa, but to me, you know, he's proper West Ham. He's West Ham through and through. And if anyone deserves a testimonial, it's him, and he should get one next season. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think anyway. So leave all your comments below. I haven't seen much concrete about us bringing anyone in. You hear these little bits and pieces of someone and it goes quiet. But I don't know. I just hope we bloody sign someone, because our squad is looking thin. We need a creative, to me, someone to create goals. Because for me as well, if we are selling striker, we need another striker, and I want to see someone who can really run and really put defenders under pressure, like a Sacco, like an Arnautovic. So I mean, that's what I want to see. I mean, it is worrying how much we rely on Arnautovic and Lanzini, and how little threat we offer when they're not playing. So we really need to strengthen. Apparently Antonio could be back in 2 weeks, but then is he back, or is he still, you know, trying to get his fitness up and all of that stuff? I don't know. It's annoying. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated. Ryan will probably be on there with the next one. I'll be with my West Ham Week show, talking about not just transfers. There'll be all sorts of other news, hopefully. There's other stuff to talk about besides transfers. And then the Bournemouth game. So look out for the preview, fan cams, post-match pint, all of that. One thing left to say: come on, you Irons.